You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
What's up, Steeler Nation? Welcome to the Mark Lesko Podcast. I am your host, J-Rod. This is Steelers Central. Well, I do have to take one little break before the game starts to discuss a little bit about the Penn State-Indiana game. That's about as rough it can get, folks. 6 straight losses, not a single win in the Big Ten. And hearing Terry Smith's comments afterwards about doing the vertical pass playing, I mean, it's quite clear that the guy was talking about, Andy Goldnicki's play calling. And again, I can't truly say that he had problems dealing with quarterbacks or Drew Aller was also not a factor in a lot of the problems that they were having before, all the stuff went down with the injury and the firing of Franklin. But it's quite clear that Andy Goldnicki is a big factor into why they cannot seem to win against those teams. And that just really shows you how terrible head coach James Franklin was for, picking this guy, thinking he was going to do something spectacular or whatever the reason why he brought him in. It was an unfortunate loss. It was a great win for Indiana. Unfortunately, that's just how things go, guys. I think it is just as much about how Indiana won that game over Penn State losing. So it's definitely a year that a lot of fans want to forget. But, now moving on to the rest of the schedule, they'll probably end up 6-6, get some minuscule bowl bid and, end the season. You win it. I mean, maybe it takes a little of this thing off from this year, but in the end, this is just an unfortunate circumstance that has occurred with me and Mark's team at Penn State. So moving on from that, guys. Pittsburgh's huge win again over I just lost it. We just put the Colts. The Colts' game, wow. The 6 turnovers, guys. You can't ask for better defensive performance from this team. And now here we're going into another big game on Sunday night in Los Angeles. This is truly going to be one of the more important games you're going to face as a Steeler and as a fan. It really will decide whether this team is trying to be competitive or we're just trying to go through the season and hope that something may happen and doesn't. We definitely don't have the confidence and or the basic feeling from the coaching staff that they want to do something. We never get that feeling from Pittsburgh, from Mike Tomlin. They like to be secretive. They like to just keep, everything out of everybody's. Only they want to know what's going on. That just shows you in this coaching staff how difficult it is to want to root for this dude when, again, all he does is just try to keep things to himself and only he knows what he's doing. It's unfortunate, guys. And I know that this will go into the decisions as to why I feel like we're going to lose this game. I had made it abundantly clear in my preseason predictions that this was going to be a loss. The other one I was right about with the Cincinnati Bengals. I knew that was going to be a loss. And again, I hope that I'm wrong about this one. I really, truly do. Because again, there's a lot of things that are going down right now for the Chargers that would implicate that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a favorite, that they're favored in this game. They should be, but they're not. I still think that there are 3.5 point underdogs. But again, the whole thing about it is it's Justin Herbert. That's really what this all comes down to, guys. The man has a lot of top 5 numbers as the this year in the NFL as a quarterback. He just has like passing yards, rushing yards. I don't know what his touchdown interception ratio is, but I know it's very good as well. This is a real tough test. It seems like the Steelers do nothing but face tough, challenging quarterbacks every single week. If it's not guys that, aren't talented, it's ones that know how to beat us. And that's just been the cycle all season long. And this one is no different at all. Now, if I take a look here, if I bring this up, I think it says the key matchups, according to ESPN, I believe it says the Chargers offensive line versus Steelers TJ Watt. And I mean, I would definitely agree with that, because as much as we know the legend that TJ Watt is, he has been kind of MIA for about a year and a half. Sorry, guys. I mean, he hasn't been TJ Watt probably since he turned 30. So it's definitely one of the more important parts of this game in order for there to be some big upset, which, again, if it happens, that's great, but that's not what I'm going to pick. And again, this huge news that offensive tackle Joe Alt had ankle sprain, is out for the rest of the season. It's not just a question he is going to be, just missing this game. Dude's out. So the Chargers being 6-3, that might definitely be like something that halts everything, because that means a lot. I mean, we also have Isaac Seumalo out, if I'm correct about this. Yep, left guard is out after he aggravated the pectoral injury. And guys like Jabril Peppers, Cole Holcomb, they will not play. Now, luckily, we are going to have Darnell. That was scary. I was like, oh God, no, we can't afford to lose him. He has been so important to this system that they have created, and he has become TE1. And I mean, I love Pat Freiermuth, and I think Jonnu Smith is great, but Darnell is clearly the guy that you have to rely on right now. And again, having Alex Highsmith just come off one of the best games of his season, being there, it's very important and very encouraging. So let's see. For the Chargers, right guard Mika Becton is set to play after missing in his game. So outside tackle, Bobby Hart is out. Cornerback Terheb still is doubtful. Cornerback, he was limited this week. I mean, listen, this right here is definitely it's a thing that you should be able to take advantage of. I mean, I understand that we're notorious for, even if we do have all the things going for us, it doesn't necessarily spell that they're going to, make some grand moment happen. But hey, you never know, guys. It's all about what this defense did last week and how they can build on it. And again, what the offense did not provide, that's another big reason why I'm going to probably predict that the offense or this game is going to be lost, because the offense is faltering. And now having Isaac Seumalo out, it doesn't mean that the other players on that defense cannot get to Aaron Rodgers or, I mean, again, Spencer Anderson and Broderick Jones are going to have to play the best games of their season pretty much to keep this game interesting and or winnable. But let's see. The 5 things, though, that I want to see from this game. I want to say, number one, I do want to see the offense get back to, being somewhere around a 24, 27 point scoring team. That was missing a little bit from last week's game, just a little bit. I mean, we still won it 27-20. We had a lot of turnovers. And if you can't score on 6 turnovers, at least make 1 or 2 touchdowns happen, then you can't say that you're being anything or try to do anything contending, anything of that nature. It's so important that you get points off turnovers. And yeah, they struggled to do so. They struggled to move the ball. All of Jaylen Warren and the company just did not really show a whole lot. But again, I don't know how severe the Los Angeles Chargers' defensive problems are for a guy like Jaylen Warren not to bounce back and have a better, game than what he had. So in the end, number 2, I think what I want to see is probably, again, it's all about coaching with this game. I mean, I understand Jim Harbaugh has been in a league for a long time. He's done the NFL as well as the NCAA. So he is absolutely a fantastic qualified coach in that regard. Like, he knows what he's doing. And, Mike Tomlin, just please do not take the injuries that we have and make them look any more worse than they are. I'm asking, just make sure that Terrell Austin's doing his job and Arthur Smith gives these players the best plays that they can execute. This is really coming down to execution, guys. I know that we're all anticipating some form of back and forth. You can't say that you're going to say a blowout. We never expect that from Pittsburgh. We never think that this team is going to be a blowout kind of a situation. They always got to keep it close. And yeah, that's the thing. We had 6 turnovers last week, and we still kept that game within a touchdown. That is just insane. So, Mike Tomlin, please do everything you can to show a good version of a blowout game, please. Number 3, I would say I want to see a lot of sacks this game because, again, the offensive line is decimated for the Los Angeles Chargers, and TJ Watt and Highsmith could have another great day. Just not them. Like, anyone want to get at them. Like Harmon, maybe Wilson, maybe. There's some guys that I think deserve a couple of sacks as well as Watt and Highsmith. So, yeah, go and get those sacks, guys. Make Justin Herbert run all over the place and make him suffer for making bad decisions. Pressure him. Get as much as you can in that guy. So, number 4, I would like to say try your darndest to control time possession. I think that's another thing that we haven't discussed a whole lot this season. I think they're one of the worst teams when it comes to having time possession. It's terrible. So I think that's something you need to try to work on and show me and get better at. So again, we're at a point now in the season where we need to start answering the question, are you a contender or not? And having time possession will show that for sure. Number 5, I would say, again, just like show up in the big moments, like make this a big game because it's a Sunday night game. Actually be the better team. I know that, like I said, I'm not predicting them to win this game, but in order for me to say that they're going to be contenders going forward, I didn't say that they had a loss until I think the Buffalo game, which is another 3 or 4 games away. So they could go on a tear after this. Now, again, please prove me wrong. I would love nothing more than to be wrong about this. But for my predictions with this game, in the first quarter, I think we are going to go, I want to say we're going to give up a touchdown. We're going to kick a field goal, and it'll be 7-3 Los Angeles. And then I think they're going to kick a field goal, and we'll score a touchdown, and we will go into the half tied 10-10. Then I believe they're going to kick a field goal in the third quarter, and then we're going to score a touchdown. We're going to make it 17-13. But I also think that the Chargers will find a way with Justin Herbert. Maybe he'll have a rushing touchdown, score a touchdown, make it 20-17 going into the fourth quarter. And then I'm going to say in the final, we're going to kick a field goal to tie it up 20-20. And I think that Justin Herbert and company will score a touchdown. And then we're going to kick a field goal, and I think that they're going to win this game by a score of 27-23 Chargers. Please, say I'm wrong. I hope it is. I don't want it to be true, but in these particular settings, on the road, I mean, Mike Tomlin, Sunday night games, I don't know what his record is, but he's not notorious for losing big games on Sunday nights. I remember, what was that, last year's game against the Cowboys? Oh, that was such a devastating loss. And not to mention, again, the Sunday night game against the Packers. It just was embarrassing. So it would be nice if they were to show up on Sunday night. So this is my prediction, guys. I hope that you guys enjoy the game, and I will see you guys afterwards either way. And until that time, guys, Here we go, Steelers.